So today's video we're going to talk about the things that I do not like about YouTube. The idea behind this is that a lot of people want to start a YouTube channel. They want to get further ahead in YouTube. They want to experience being a YouTuber, and they're scared. They're scared of the unknown. And so if I share with you the things that are the worst aspects of it, if you can handle these 5 things, you can more than likely handle anything YouTube has to throw at you. And so getting started, the first thing is time. It takes a lot of time to make these videos, and there's a lot of behind the scenes that nobody sees and that nobody tells you, and there's a lot of things that you have to learn that you don't know right now. You're gonna have to invest a lot of time in learning how to set up a camera, your camera settings, camera features, camera lenses. Just the camera aspect alone is a lot to take in, and it takes a long time to learn how to use a video camera. The other thing is audio. So once you learn all the cameras so that people can see you, they need to hear you. They need to be able to hear everything you're saying and understand you. And so you're going to have to learn about different microphones and how they work, and which one's better for which situation, and which one's going to give you the best audio in the most situations, and the difference between a shotgun mic and a lavalier mic, wireless mic, wired mic. These are all things that you have to invest time in learning. Lighting is another one. I'm staring at my setup here talking about time. I have to figure out lighting and how to make this look nice. I have a big light right here. I have the ceiling light on, and then I have an amber light in the back here to kind of make depth. And so you're gonna have to learn how to film. And so even though I have a camping channel, a lot of time in the 3 years I've been making this video have been spent learning how to do this. And I'm not editing out my mistakes, because I do make a lot of mistakes when I'm talking. And usually I'll restart, or I'll cut them out, or I'll figure out how to make them not relevant. But I'm going to leave them in this video, because a lot of times the mistakes are the biggest thing people fear, and they are the least. Nobody cares. Like, nobody cares. There was one time I called an aspen a spruce. So an aspen tree is like a birch. It looks like a birch. A spruce looks like a Christmas tree. And I confused the two. I never heard anything about it ever. People aren't out to get you, okay? And so that's not something I don't like about YouTube. That's something I actually do like about YouTube, is that even though you make mistakes, people understand that you're human, and you usually don't hear about it. But you do have to spend the time to figure out how to make a video. And then once you understand how to make a video, then you got to research your topics. You have to research, and you have to learn as much as you can about each topic. You have to research different ideas. You have to research different everything. You have to put a lot of time in learning SEO, which stands for search engine optimization. You have to put a lot of time in learning how to upload videos with the metadata. You have to learn about monetization and the different monetization models. You have to learn about YouTube's partnership and the YouTube agreement and the YouTube rules of the land, and all the because there's the rules, right? And then there's the things that you just need to follow. You know what I mean? And it takes time to kind of figure all that out. And it takes a lot of time. You're going to invest a lot of time, not on the subject matter, not on camping. I have an outdoor channel, and so I don't spend a lot of time researching outdoor gear. I spend a lot of time researching things that are just YouTube related, just cameras, just microphones, just things that have absolutely nothing to do with my channel whatsoever, but I need to know them so that you guys can watch these videos. And it takes a ton of time. Next is ideas. And so you have to have, in order to have a successful YouTube channel, you need to put up a video at least once a week. If you want it to consistently grow and get views and do what YouTube wants you to do, you have to put out a video once a week. That's 52 ideas a year. And so you need to constantly be coming up with bright ideas, the videos that people actually want to watch, things that people will engage with, videos that people want to watch and or learn from. Okay? And so that's my best videos that perform on this channel. Is I have a video showing how to use the multi-mount sheath from it's not Garberg, it's Mora. The Mora Garberg, the multi-mount sheath. I teach people how to use that sheath in the different configurations. And so I had to make a video that was clear, precise, and showed exactly everything so that other people could copy and use their sheaths the way they were intended to be used. And so again, it took a lot of resources, it took a lot of time for me to figure all that out. And then I had to figure out how to show it on camera. And then I had to figure out how to upload it, make sure that people actually could see it, so that when they typed in how to use a multi-mount sheath, my video was the one that popped up. And you have to, so that takes time, and then you have to have all the ideas. The ideas of, this is the video I'm going to make. The reason I'm making is because I know it's going to get views. I know it's going to get traction. I know that I can get it search engine optimized. You have to have not only an idea, it's got to be a good idea. And you have to have at least 52 of them every single year, and at least one every single week. And it can be a lot to take in sometimes. 2020 is where I struggled with this the most. This year, things have been extremely hard. I don't have access to the woods. I have to make reservations. I have to make plans. I have to everything. And making a camping reservation in 2020 is a nightmare. Going to places that aren't just packed or breaking all the rules or is a complete mess was extremely hard this year. And so I had to come up with ideas that are irrelevant but still relevant enough to where they make sense. Hence the YouTube, the 5 things I don't like about YouTube. You have to come up with these ideas. You have to make the videos. If you want to grow, if you want to see your numbers increase, you have to have videos, and you have to have the good ideas, not just whatever is the first thing that pops in your head usually. And it gets hard sometimes. It gets really hard. This year has been the hardest, but you have to have ideas. Next is resources. And again, 2020 has really been a strain on me for resources. Like I said, I don't have an outdoor resource that I can just go to and make videos. I don't own my own land. I don't own a chunk of woods in the middle of nowhere that I can go to every day and make videos. I have to make reservations. I have to make plans. I have to put myself in situations that I don't have 100% control of. You know what I mean? You have to have the gear. You have to have knives. If you're going to make a video about knife sharpening, you have to have the knife sharpening equipment. You have to have the different knives. You have to be able to show all these different things. And if you don't own them, you can't make the video. And so I might have a great idea on 10 best tarps. But if I only have 4 tarps, I don't have the resources to make that video. And so you have to... You're constantly in a battle of, do I buy 6 more tarps and make that video where I compare them? Or do I do 4 tarps and just show the tarps that I already have? Or, you know, you constantly need more resources than your ideas usually give you. Right? I want to go camping for a week. Well, I got to take care of my kid. I got to take care of the dog. I got to work. I got things that I have to do. I can't just leave for a week. I don't have the resources to just be in the woods for a week straight. And so you're kind of throttled on that. They throttle. It's all your ideas and all the great things that you know will grow your channel, that you know would be very successful. If you don't have the resources, it doesn't matter how good the idea is. It doesn't matter how much you know that would be perfect. It doesn't matter if you don't have the resources. And that's kind of hard to handle sometimes. Next is cost. The cost of being on YouTube. The money you're going to spend on things that you normally would not spend money on is crazy. Just looking at my setup here, you're gonna have to buy a tripod. You're gonna have to buy a camera. You're gonna have to buy different lenses. You're gonna have to buy a microphone. You're gonna have to buy a light stand with a diffuser. You're gonna have to buy the light itself. You're gonna have to buy batteries for everything. You're gonna have to buy batteries for your light, batteries for your camera, batteries for your microphone. You're going to have to buy different tripods. You're not going to be able to use one tripod for everything. Sometimes you need multiple cameras so you can have multiple camera angles. Sometimes you need a GoPro. I was actually just using my GoPro. Sometimes you need a GoPro so you can film in the rain and the cold and in the elements. And then you got to buy a little tripod for that as well. You have to buy, if you're going to use Photoshop to make your thumbnails, you need to pay for Photoshop. Video editing, depending on how you're going to edit your videos. There's a lot of free options out there, but that's something that you have to consider. TubeBuddy is something that I use. I will link to it in the description box down below. TubeBuddy has helped me grow tremendously. It's a monthly subscription. It is an affiliate link. I do get credit if you do use my link to download TubeBuddy. And if what it does is it allows you to type in more multi-mount sheath, okay? And it'll show you how many people are searching for that per month, if the search is high, if the competition is high, and it allows you to tag your videos in ways where your video will be seen. YouTube search, a lot of people discredit YouTube search. There's a lot of really important YouTube gurus that be like, oh, tags are dead and YouTube search is dead, and like almost 50 to 60% of all my views come from YouTube search. And so it's very important that I have that metadata. And so if I say like Mora knives, okay, the search is way up, but the competition is way up, and I'm not famous enough, I'm not important enough to rank in the top 20 of that tag, and so there's no point in me using it. Even though my video is about Mora knives, even though everything related to like Mora knives would be the most appropriate tag, it doesn't help me any. And TubeBuddy shows me that. And it also shows where my videos are performing and how tags are performing in videos of that size. And so I get like 150 views per video. And so I can put in a tag and the search is really high and the competition is really low. I can use that tag, and every time somebody types that in, my video will be right there on the top, the first one they see and most likely to click on if I use TubeBuddy. It also tells me different times of the day that are best to upload. There's a lot of things that TubeBuddy does for you. Even it's free to download. If you use my link, it does help me even if you get the free one. But if you get that very first tier, the cheapest one, that's the one I use. I use the very cheapest one. It opens up so much more for you. And so that's what I recommend, but it is a cost. It's something that I have to pay every single month. And like I said, there's a lot of hidden costs. You know how when your car breaks down, your car only breaks down when your bank account is at zero? YouTube's the same way. Your camera, your lens, your lights, your microphone, they only break when you have no money to replace them. And so you have to keep that in mind as well. You have to make sure that you have like a little savings or a little insurance money so that if something does happen to your equipment, you can replace it, because again, you have to make a video every single week. Next is the demand/trolls. I lumped these together because they're not the same, but they basically come from the exact same thing, where people think that because you have a YouTube channel, companies help you. Like you have this in to all the companies, so like people are gonna think that GoPro sponsored me because I showed it in the video. They're like, he didn't even use a GoPro. The only reason he showed it was for product placement, and it's not the way it is. GoPro doesn't know who I am. I have no affiliation with GoPro. Even if you shared this video with GoPro, they wouldn't watch it. They have no idea who I am. They could care less who I am. Same with every other company on the channel. And you'll have people, they'll be all like, I bought a GoPro, we'll just use it as an example. I bought a GoPro and it broke on my first day, and customer service, I can't get a hold of customer service. Can you help me? No, I can't. There's absolutely nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do that you can't. I have no in with any company, or I'll review a knife and then they'll be all like, oh, can you get me a discount on that knife, or can you do something with that? No, I can't. I pay the same thing you guys pay. I have the same access you guys have. There's nothing special about me. Like in reality, true, honest to God, the way that it is right now is if you made a video right now, it's the exact same as me making this video right now. I have the same resources you do. I have the same information you have access to. It's me, Caroline, Google, and Amazon. And the only way Google and Amazon help me is if I research it myself. You just look it up. You have the same access to everything as I do. The only difference is that because of my audience, I can have affiliate links. And so what affiliate links are is they have a marketing team that is designed to sell you a bunch of stuff. And so when you go onto Amazon.com, it is set up in a way where their marketing team can maximize and sell you a bunch of stuff you don't want or need. Problem is they don't have a way to get you there. And so by me sharing the GoPro, I'm not going to leave a link to the GoPro, but if I shared a link to the GoPro in the comment section, which like I said will not be there, if I leave a link to this, you can go use that link to go and buy yourself a GoPro, and I get commission for that purchase. But what you don't understand is if I leave a link to the GoPro and you go down there and you research it and you go, this is the GoPro 5, I want the GoPro 9, and you buy the GoPro 9, I still get credit because it's not me selling you the item, it's me getting you to the website. It's my advertising. My advertising got you to their website so that their marketing team could buy you a bunch of stuff that you don't want or need. Okay? And so if I link this GoPro and you go over there and you buy a Rolex watch, I get credit for that Rolex. If you use my link to go over there and you buy all your groceries and you refinish your house and you buy just like $1 billion worth of stuff, I get credit for that because my advertising got you to their website where they could sell you all that stuff. And so it's not that bad of a deal. It's really, really helpful, honestly. It helps me buy cameras and lenses and lights and microphones. And it makes it so that if this camera breaks right now, I'm kind of screwed. But if the lens breaks, I have a little bit of money set aside where I can buy another lens. If the microphone breaks, I can have a little bit of money where I can buy another microphone. And so that really helps a lot. But because of that, you have so many people that are like, he's only linking to that one because it's the most expensive. And he's only linking to this because he's getting paid to, or the company's paying him for this and the company's paying him for that. And you're getting paid for every word that comes out of your mouth. Because the only reason he's saying that is because the company's paying him to say that. And it's not true. I mean, it's not at all. I wish it was. I wish I was just rolling in the dough and I had an abundance of money and people were paying me for my opinions. But they're not. They could care less what I say. They could care less if I continue to make videos. They could care less. And so that is probably one of the hardest things, is just dealing with the constant, he's getting paid for this, he's getting paid for that, he's getting paid for this, and you can't trust him because he's not actually in the woods, and you can't trust him because his equipment looks like it's never been used, even though there's multiple videos of me using my gear. It's all these comments that really build up and really get under your skin sometimes, and that is... technically, it's the second hardest part. I'll give you a bonus one. So the hardest part, the honest, hardest part of YouTube is the algorithm. You don't have the ability to do whatever you want. Okay, there are certain things you're not allowed to talk about. There are certain words you're not allowed to say. There are certain topics that some people can talk about and other people can't talk about. There are certain things that are objects that some people can show in their videos, but you can't show in your videos. And there's this thing where if I do it, YouTube will not recommend my videos, but there can be a channel that's based entirely of said thing, and they have 1 million subscribers, they get millions of views, they're like super successful on YouTube. YouTube loves them, and then I do it one time, and then YouTube just, we're not going to show your videos to anyone. And that's the hardest part. Because if they don't show your videos to anyone, it means you're not getting monetized. Or they demonetize you, which is exactly the same thing. It essentially means they're just not going to show your videos to anyone. And so you're putting in all this time, you're putting in all these resources, you came up with this great idea, you spent a bunch of money getting it all to work together. You're going to deal with all the hate comments and all the trolls and all the demand of people thinking that you can help them or that you're a sellout or all the harshness. You got all that put together and you are ready and you do it, and then YouTube's like, no, we're not going to show that video to anyone. And then you get no views. And so you literally did it all for absolutely nothing. And that is the hardest part of YouTube. I didn't include it in my top 5 list because honestly I just thought about it, but that is the hardest because you are putting a lot. I put a lot into every single one of my videos, and for YouTube to decide whether it's worth showing to somebody or not, it's hard. It's really hard sometimes. And I've really gotten good at staying in my own lane. I got really good at understanding that if I make this video, nobody's going to see it, but I'm okay with that because I get to say what I want to say. I get to do what I want to do. And the views aren't there, the monetization's not there, but I don't care because I'm doing what feels right to me. Okay? And so I have videos like that on this channel. I have outdoor videos where I've learned to stay in my lane and just do what I do best. And so the algorithm does get in the way a lot, but you have to understand, just like the hate comments, you have to just let it go. Not every single one of your videos is going to be successful. Not every single person that watches your channel is going to enjoy it. Not every single subscriber is going to watch every single one of your videos. There's so much that's out of your control, and it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter at all. As long as you put in the energy and put in what it takes to make these videos, to come up with these ideas, to find the resources, to manage the costs. As long as you're willing to put it in week after week after week after week, your channel's going to grow. And eventually, hopefully, one day I will have a silver play button. It might be 10 years from now, but it doesn't matter because if I keep showing up, I keep putting in the work, my videos will continue to get traction. Some of my videos will do really well. Some of my videos will have 0 views. But it doesn't matter. You just keep putting it in, putting it in, putting it in. And if you can get past these now 6 things, you can have a successful YouTube channel. You just got to keep putting it in. You got to keep learning. You got to keep investing the time in SEO, camera settings, microphones and audio, lighting and lights and diffusing light. You just got to keep learning, keep taking the time, keep finding more resources, keep thinking up new ideas, and understand the rules and the regulations of YouTube, and you will have a successful channel. So, with that being said, leave any knowledge or questions in that comment section. I'm always eager to learn from you guys. You guys have taught me more. I have learned so much more having a YouTube channel than I ever did watching YouTube. And it's all because of you guys, and I appreciate you very much. And I cannot wait to see you on my next video.